Hello everyone and welcome back to LSI F1.5 Championship. We're here today for the EU Tier, the Netherlands Grand Prix round 1 out of 16. We're into qualifying already. Didn't really have much to say there. Welcome to the commentary box, Dingy, as always, the beautiful man. Let's see what he can give us info-wise on the strategy. What we're looking at today.
Well, we're looking at one stop, maybe a two stop, depending on how bad the tyres are. Medium hard, medium, whatever you prefer. It's really tough on the tyres and ERS around this track. Track position will be vital, as most tracks are like in this game. But it'll be quite easy to overtake, considering the front straight is quite long, so we might see some movement up and down the order. So yeah.
Fair enough. As always, we got a couple reserve drivers in. We've got Eager Pro and Nifo, who are higher tier drivers. They're not going to be setting qualifying lap times. We've also got Geisler in P7 right now. They are a reserve driver, but they can still set a lap time. Sebi is in both tiers at the moment. It's a little bit complicated, but he is allowed to set a lap time. I'll just clarify that, and he is scoring normal points. But other than that, everybody on the grid should be good to go. We're on board with Robbo right now. Let's see what they can do to improve. Lepic just goes up to P2, lovely stuff. 4 tenths behind Breezer, but Robbo going through the second sector, got purple. Now he goes into the final one. Got a couple more corners to go in the Mercedes. Around the bank section, waiting for that line now. Let's see who's got the lowest straight line speed in the race, and Robbo goes P2 in the end, 2 tenths off Breezer, so he closes the gap a little bit more, but it's still Ferrari on top as of now.
Yeah, Ferrari, Breezer's looking very well. P1, 2 tenths to Robbo, and he does set that lap time a bit earlier on, so it's looking like Breezer's actually looking very good for pole position at the moment. Although Epic was on a good lap, but he seems to have backed off or something, I think. Sebi also on a lap at the moment, coming through the middle sector. He is 1/10 up, roundabout. Coming through the middle sector now, you want to get as close to the curb as you possibly can. Run it wide onto the first part of the curb, you can't go over it, otherwise you will lose the car. Middle sector, it is purple by 2 tenths. You want to ride this curb a little bit, get the traction on as early as possible, straighten up the steering wheel so you can get the power down as quickly as you possibly can. Coming into the last corner, you want to use the first part of this outside curb, but not the second part once again, as it was killer for your lap time. Now coming up to the line, you want to stay to the far right side, which he hasn't done, so maybe trying to prevent the car from bottoming him out, and it's worked. Oh, yes, kind of worked.
Split him in between.
It's nice. Kind of, my game kind of glitched there. I said it was on pole first round.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, Breezer out once again for another lap, looking for possibly 2 more in the session. We also, of course, got a few more people on the lap. Kind of just gone and set a P2, lovely stuff. Very, very close to Robbo there. But still 2 tenths gap to Breezer, so he's got a nice advantage here. I'm just wanting to go down the order a little bit. Beg your pardon if I get this button wrong. I did get it wrong. Now did I get it right? No, that is completely wrong.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use my keyboard to skim through the order, but never mind. Didn't work. We're going to now have a look at JMO as he comes across the line to set his first lap. What's it going to be? And it's provisional pole, a 10.9, so 3 tenths ahead of Breezer there. Can Breezer now go for an improvement? We will watch on board with the Ferrari for a full lap. Gets DRS open to start it, goes to the outside line to open up the lap as well into turn 1. On the brake as late as you can. Try and get, I would personally prefer a bit of a later apex and then get onto the curb very slightly. Doesn't quite do that, but they're faster than me, so they'll keep at it. Now into the bank section, lovely stuff. Smooth on the throttle, very difficult to get down, but once you do, there's a bit of a weight. You can relax, kind of really minimise the track distance as you go through this twisty section now into the fast right-hander. Of course, a bit of understeer, not what you want to get, but you upshift and then let the car kind of do its thing in the second sector. Now we're coming into the mid-section. I think this is really, really difficult on the traction here. They do it quite nicely, trail braking throughout. Short shift up to 4th and 5th in that one, DRS straight, of course. Now into sector 3. a 2/10 improvement right now. They need one more tenth and they will be on par with JMO. Looking around the next corner, didn't quite use as much curve as they possibly could, but it's still enough. Now, around the final few corners, nothing you can do here other than wait for the lap time to be completed. Where's it going to put them? And it is pole position, provisional pole, up by 4/10. Lovely, lovely stuff. 6 minutes left of the session. They should have enough time for another lap.
Yeah, they should do. I mean, 6 minutes is pretty much enough. It's a good lap. Although he did make a few mistakes, so maybe that is a sign of the track evolution starting to kick in. As Robbo's actually made a mistake on his lap. He spawned at turn 1. Oh, that's a big shame. He was looking good as well.
Like you said, though, it's still enough time, so it should be good.
Yeah, it should be okay to set another lap. Everyone's basically in the pits now. People are going to start to come out round about now, maybe a little bit later on to do their final runs in this qualifying session.
Their pick on a lap as they come around the final corner in the Haas team, making their debut. Here they go. And it is up to P4. Lovely, lovely stuff. Slots in to the second row of the grid. That wouldn't be too bad, and we know they're picked from a couple different places. They're pretty good on their day. Let's see if they can get to the top of the grid as well in a different crop of drivers. We do have who else on the lap? We have Benjamin. Let's go to Benjamin in the Alfa Romeo. Not the team what he wants, but it's the team that he's got, and let's see if he can do well with it. We know he's a very, very rapid person. He's very, very, very good at defending, I'll give him that, and attacking, I'd say, as well. Let's see if he can get it done in qualifying, though, and get himself up the order, because after all, the further you can get up, the easier it is for you in the race. Now, especially at a circuit like this, I should say, DRS Open, as they head to the third sector. What's it going to be for them? Up by a half a tenth, really. Very, very tight over the curb. Bit of understeer as they exit this one. Traction a bit squirmish off the line, or off the on the curb. Now on the final corner. Looks pretty smooth. You can't really get that too wrong, although it does seem everybody's going to the outside line, which I didn't expect, but he puts himself into P8, 11.5 right there. Very, very close to Sedi, and just ahead of Gilly.
I just noticed that Tommy's on the lap. A bit early to be setting one of your final laps at the moment, although it looks as though he's backed off. I'm not too sure. We'll keep on board with him just now, but I suspect that he's backed off. He's not using any ERS, so maybe he's going to have to go for another lap in a second, but we'll wait and see. As Sebi's also on a lap at the moment. Yes, he is. Coming through the middle sector, the tires will be screaming at this point. And and he spun! What I was just saying, the tires will be giving up traction, and he's... man, don't be doing that.
Not ideal on your outlap, for sure. Still warms up the tyres, but...
Well, maybe a bit too much, but... You never... It's better hot than cold, I would say, personally.
Yeah, for sure. One thing we should see right now is Eager Pro's got the master plan on. He's set 5 invalid laps on the soft tyres, going for that pole position, of course. We've got JMO on the lap. Let's watch on board with the AlphaTauri. The 2 USA drivers supporting the AlphaTauri team. Let's see what they can do today on debut in the EU tier. We've seen these guys race a lot in the NA tier. Actually, Blake raced quite a few times in the EU tier as well. Got himself a win or two as well. Let's see if they can get near those positions again. Nicely rotated through the corners there as they head up the bank section now. Let's see how they can get it rotated. Looks pretty loose, I'd have to say. The loose setup. It's very, very nice if you can control it, but it can be a bit difficult for a race pace. They get through nicely into turn 6. Very, very tight to the inside line. Upshifts to let that car naturally understeer, and so you don't get too much wheel spin and spin the car. Turning in nicely. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of lag, which is hard to see what they're doing, but we can still see it enough. Very, very far over that outside curve there as they head to sector 3 once again, up by 1.5 tenths here. So that is isn't enough, just about. They still need a little bit more time to get to Breezer.
Oh.
Can they get it done? Around the final sector they go. Are they going to hold it to the right side? No, they keep it to the left. Once again, missing out on lap time, but it's still enough for pole position now. 2.5 tenths almost. They go. Breezer, is he going to find that lap time by staying to the right-hand side of the track? Or are they going to just improve anyway? We'll have to wait and see. We've got Geisler in P3 right now. JJ up to P4. He raced yesterday. Got a bit of experience under his belt as well.
Yeah, Breezer about to start us up. How about we'll take you through this lap of Breezer. Let's see what he can do. DRS open, although in real life it's a bit further back to the DRS detection point. Coming into turn 1, you want to break around 75 metres. Use the curved track to your advantage. Go a bit wide, maybe hit the curb. Get a good exit, which he's not. He's done a good exit, but he's not used the curb. Sweeping through turn 2, braking, downhill for this turn 3, and then accelerate as early as you possibly can. Coming out of turn 4, and now this turn 5, 6 section is just flat. You want to minimise the track distance from here until the next corner. He's green by 200 of a second. He's gone a bit wide though, but keeps it nice and tight on the track limits. Oh, he goes a bit wide. Oh, he's... No! He was looking for a good lap there as he gets out of the way. But that's a shame. He was on course to maybe get a pole position there, but he's spotted it unfortunately. Let's see his teammate Tommy coming through the middle sector. Riding the curb nicely, DRS wide open, coming into the last sector. What's his time going to be? 6/100 stops, he's purple in the middle sector. Tommy, could he get up the order quite a bit? Maybe pole, I'm not sure. I don't know how the sectors work in this game, my apologies. Coming through the last few corners now. Will he stay to the right hand side? No, he's not. Losing out in vital time there, everyone, is without doing that. Comes across the line and it's P6, not too bad.
I want to go and look at Geisler, see if he can do anything. I know he's a reserve driver, but we know he's got pace in the car. Is it going to be possible? We got a couple of people ahead of him. I think, is that Gilly or Epic coming round the final few corners? They're both on laps at some point. We'll see if they can get through. Will Geisler go around, or is he on an in-lap?
On an
in-lap.
Yeah.
On an in-lap, we've got Gilly, who did cross the line, and they didn't improve. We're going to go on board with Lepic, see if he can do anything. And it's not going to be an improvement. I think this might be it. Sebi will not improve. Cohen could do. Cohen could be a contender here. Comes around the final corner in the Williams. Stays to the left-hand side. And it's going to be a P3 in the end. Worth a shot indeed. And that, after all, is going to be the end of qualifying. That's J-Mo on pole position, Breezer in P2. So close between these two. Breezer had a shot, but it just didn't come to plan as they accidentally hit that curb just a little bit too much. Cohen into P3. And then we have Geisler and JJ in P5. That's not too bad, quality.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes coming from the guys up the front there, but you need to perform on these laps. And sometimes that's having to go over the limit, out of your comfort zone. So it's good to see that these guys are pushing the machinery to the limit. And that was very entertaining. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's still on the first row of the grid, so it's not too much of a difference. So it was worth a shot at pushing, being that high up anyway. It's a nice safety barrier. We got Jamie on pole position, Breezer in P2, and then Cohen in P3. This is the rest of the grid. We'll have a skim through the race director just in case we need to. Also, something to note that Blake did disqualify themselves from the session, so they're going to start last. Maybe that's a strategic idea, but we'll be back in a minute for the race. Hello everyone and welcome back to the LSI F1.5 Championship. We're about to go racing for the Netherlands Grand Prix or the Dutch Grand Prix, whatever you like to call it. James on pole position with Breezer in P2, followed by Cohen in the Williams. The first round of the championship is about to be underway for 36 laps of Zandvoort. You've got guys like in P4, JJ, Epic, Tommy Gunn, Sebi, Robbo, Benjamin finishes the top 10. No tyre restrictions, so everyone's on free choice of tyres these days. Gilly in P11. You've got Larlock, Nifo, Egapro and Blake. Of course, Nifo, Egapro not setting lap times, and Blake disqualifying themselves. And JMO's gone a little bit too happy on the curves. Unfortunately, during the formation lap, they're going to have to wait for a safe opportunity to get back on the circuit, and then they will be back into the formation lap, but just a little bit too eager maybe after whole position there, and then that will be that for them. No worries at all though, just a quick tap on the curb. But Breezer now has a bit of clean air to just clear his thoughts.
Yeah, I've noticed that people, obviously I said hard, medium, hards are going to be strategy, but I've still noticed that you get Gilly and Larlock on the soft tyres, so they're going to go aggressive. You need to watch out for them for the first few laps, especially cutting their way through the field, as the drivers now take their place to the grid with a new feature in place, where you have to park the car in your grid spot. So,
yeah,
you need to get that
we're
right.
going to see some very nice angles as well.
Oh god, don't remind me of the angles.
The angles are going to be nice. Alright, we're just waiting for the final few people to get sorted. Breezer DQing. Oh, that's not going to be ideal. It'll cool their tyres down just a tad, and they'll start further back. But to be honest, it's not too much of a big deal compared to if you just got a good start. Alright, hold your breath, clench your butt cheeks, because we're about to go racing for the Netherlands Grand Prix. Ready? Hold. Go! Who's gonna get it? A little bit of a wait, and we're finally through, but a drive-through penalty for Blake. He's gonna be able to take advantage. He goes onto the grass to make an overtake. Don't know what he's doing there, but JMO takes the lead. There's contact at Breezer! Contact with Cohen or Geisler. I don't know quite who that was, but what a hectic start there. Going into P2 after all that. Sebi in P3. Geisler drops down. I didn't see who the contact was with. We got JJ squirming a little bit, gonna have to leave space for the Haas as they try and get their way through. Maybe a side-by-side moment into turn 6. They're gonna have to back off for now, and we still have some clusters of cars. Larlick up to P7 off the start. What a start from them, as Gilly is in P8. They've got a car on the inside, and that's Blake off. Blake in the wall. Could that be a safety car?
Oh, I don't know what happened to Blake. He must have just spun around on the curb. The one that's been catching out people quite a lot. And no, it's a VST though, I think. There's yellows every sector. Epic around. Doesn't look like he'd have any damage. No, nothing as far. Driver's still racing on, I think. I'm not too sure.
That's
Oh, no, yeah, VSE.
Okay, that's a strange one. It will allow everybody to get calm down a little bit, but a 1.5-ish second gap we could see on the restart, with JMO getting a lovely and uncontested start. So that definitely helps, as we saw yesterday with Ruleton get a great start. So we'll see how it affects things later on. Of course, the rest of the grid, we've got a big cluster of cars here and there. Breezer, if he can nail the virtual safety car restart, then that will be absolutely splendid to allow him to catch up to the order. But with the big train, he will be able to catch up quite quickly. It's just, can he get past a circuit like this?
Well, Breezer's got the pace, as we see in qualifying, but it's going to be very difficult considering there's a train going all the way up to P3. So everyone until the top 3 are going to be getting towed along. As it's green flags, we're underway once again. Geisler actually putting a bit of pressure on Sebi already. Same with Lark on JJ, considering he is on that soft tyre. We'll keep on board with him to see if he can make a move. At the moment, though, I doubt there will be, considering there's no DRS. They're both using ERS. And JJ's just trying to stay ahead at the moment on those hard
Looking
tyres.
further back, sorry, as we have, that is, the Alpine of Niffa I thought was going to have a go at Tommy. They kind of bait them into a bit of a weird position. Might be able to get a good exit. No, not quite. I just wanted to see if there was going to be a move there. Sorry, Zoom, carry on.
It's alright. Oh, Geisler must have... He's made a mistake. And then Larlock's going to go right on the outside. He's lost a place to JJ already. They're both using the ERS. It's getting very tight coming into turn 1. He's going to have to brake very late, Larlock, isn't he? Around the outside. Reminds me of Sergio Perez and Lando Norris. He goes onto the curb a little bit. Gets squeezed off a little bit, and Geisler just about keeps P5 at the moment. But what happened? He just made a mistake. Oh, sorry, Gilly's going around the outside now. Benjamin's looking up the inside of Gilly too, and it's all kicking off at the moment. But everyone stays where they are, apart from Geisler, who's dropped a place to JJ.
Yeah, they hold on for now. This is brilliant for Sebi, as now he's got no one right behind him. JJ is leading this train. Guys are holding on for dear life there. Manages to keep it together, but no, Larlock has made a mistake. Hit the left-hand side curve, goes wide, and they're going to have to forfeit a load of positions. Might even be under threat for some more people right here. Could we see the Aston of Eager Pro go for a move on the inside? He's going to look for it. Is he going to send it? No, he's going to wait for now. Everybody else behind that is Tommy missing his braking point a little bit and having to take slight avoiding action, but he's good to go other than that. When will DRS be kicked in here? Looks like we might have Sebi and Cohen fighting out on their own, whereas JMO, he's ahead, but he didn't really escape that much, I will admit.
Yeah, as Geisler goes for the move on JJ, he realises that he shouldn't really fight this at the moment. JJ on those hard tyres are going to take quite a while to kick in, so he's going to stay in position for now. Although, side by side with Robbo and Larlock coming into turn 2, it's very tight. Who's going to come out on top here? Eager Pro's going to use the banking to get ahead
big
of
loss on the
Larlock.
rear there for Niffo as he tries to get involved in the action, but he has to be patient. Could send it on the inside, and he's going to send it on the inside. Makes the move on the Red Bull. Have that, and he is gone. Will Tommy be able to have a go here? No, he's going to have to wait for now, but he will want to be part of that. He will want to be part of the battle. One of the heroes, but right now he's going to have to hold on, but Larlock makes a mistake and he's round anyway. He's round. Breezer goes through. Breezer's already caught up to the field. That is not what we want to see.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Those soft tyres seem to be dying off already, as he just started losing positions rapidly. Now coming onto the straight now, will Geisler be under pressure from JJ, or will he just hold back for the moment? He is using ERS. He's got quite a lot. And coming onto the straight now, he's not going to use any of that ERS, I don't believe. Can't see that if he is or not. He's not getting much, so I'm presuming not. Into turn 1. Yeah, he's just going to hold
Could see
position for
swap
now.
with the Ferraris, I see.
Oh. Down the inside goes Breezer on Tommy. And into P11. I mean, that's smart from the Ferraris. He's on the medium tyres. He's going to be much quicker to begin with. Making his way through the order again, so yeah, fair enough to them.
Yeah.
And now Breezer has free to charge after this big pack.
For sure, this is a parallel universe. The Ferrari actually do have some sort of strategy on board with a purple sector there for Breezer. He's absolutely rapid right now. I'll tell you what though, looking at the front of the grid, the gap has closed massively and we could be on for a battle here.
Guys, spawn in the middle sector.
Ah, not what we want to see. Another mistake from the McLaren, and let's now knock them down further in the train. They're gone. They're out of the train. They've missed it. A ticket is expired, maybe. I need to stop making puns. And that is them out of that battle. That will allow JJ to take the lead once again off the train. Whether that's a good thing or not, he won't have DRS, although around a circuit like this, it's not really much of an advantage. As long as you can stay ahead, usually. Gilly will now be looking for him, possibly.
Eagle Pro down the inside of Robbo. They make contact a little bit. Eagle Pro hanging around. Oh, they make contact! Oh, he's in the wall! Eagle Pro and Robbo make contact.
On
and he's
the
off
exit,
Robbo's turn. Oh, wow.
On the exit, they kind of just a little bit too close, and it's easily done with netcoding issues possibly to play. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to look at the replay for that one, but that is not what you want to see. That was a nasty crash, not because of the impact, but just because of the way it happened. Geisler's left the session, which is an interesting situation.
Disconnect. Oh, JJ's round! No! Oh, and he's reset the track. Oh dear.
That is not ideal, of course. A lot has happened in the past few laps. Also, JMO escaping a little bit, losing more time, and then escaping a little bit again. Interesting situation to be in. Looks like Kern's pretty rapid in a straight line there. But, yeah, that is not what we want to see. Eagle's going to have to make a pit stop, so is Robbo, and they're going to have to try and make their way back through the grid. Eagle's definitely not going to be, I don't know, he's going to be annoyed because it's a crash anyway, and annoyed because he is an F1 driver, and he doesn't quite know what's going to happen if he's just caused an issue for a permanent driver or not. Has Robbo stayed out?
Robbo, he has. I don't think he had damage. I think he just spun. I don't think he must have not had any damage because he seems to be going on alright pace at the moment, so yeah.
Iron Man over here. Not seeming to take any kind of damage. I want to go to the top 3 right now, because yes, we do know that Kern and Sebi have got DRS of one another, but for the first time in a while, JMO could be under pressure here, as Kern might have a possible shot. It might be a little bit too far away to get it now. Geisler does rejoin the session, so hopefully they can get back in the car, but here we go. Kern gets the DRS. Let's see if they can catch up a little bit more. They catch up nicely. It's about a tenth closer to the last lap, but that is JMO.
Sorry to interrupt, but here comes Niffle on the inside of Benjamin into turn 1. Are they going to make contact? No, they're not. It's nice and clean. Ben tries to get the switch back, but to no avail. Niffle up into P5, although his light is flashing, and that means he's under 10% batteries. Ben almost makes contact, but no, he can't get past. Niffle up into P5, Benjamin down to P6, and now he's going to put pressure on Gilly on those old, really slow soft tyre.
Yeah, Ben might have been thinking about that as a long game thing, you know, maybe Niffo here on the, I don't know if you'd say faster tyre at this stage, might slow down Gilly and allow Benjamin to get closer. He is a higher tier driver after all, so if he lets him go, it doesn't matter points-wise. Now we see Niffo getting a very, very nice line, an awesome overtake looking here, but further behind. Ben's not going to be getting a move.
Ben's lap the rears coming onto the little mini straight here. And that's all it takes. The tyres are really sensitive, as Geisler also spins at the same corner that Ben done, so it's catching a lot of drivers out here in the early stages as Lolik gets past.
So
yeah.
Niffo now is making easy moves, and that is Benjamin down the order. Breezer is loving this, as he's getting free position after free position after free position, and he's up into P6 already. Gilly is his next target. He's on the medium side. Gilly's on the soft, so that's why it's so difficult for Gilly to actually keep up, especially on lap 9. He is an absolute madman right now. That is, guys, unfortunately leaving the session once again, so they seem to be having a couple of problems. Other than that, everybody else seems to be good to go. Niffo going to try and catch up to the top 3. The top 3, however, have all lost DRS range of each other, so they're in a bit of a checkmate or stalemate position at the moment.
Yeah, it's very strategic, because you need to use battery to get up to someone, but by the time you use your battery, although you've got the DRS, it's not powerful in this game, so you're having to manage between DRS and ERS, and these guys seem to all be really similar pace at the moment. Nothing can separate these guys at the moment. Niffle 5 seconds behind, but although he's on the hard tyre and setting purple sectors at the moment, so Niffle maybe is finding some pace on that hard tyre, because this is where we're round about to see the switch between hards and mediums being faster.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see how it goes. Lovely fastest lap there, as you were saying. He does have the pace. Everybody else ahead of him opting for that small standard tyre, I guess you would say. Niffo tried the ult strategy yesterday. Unfortunately, he was stopped by game bugs this time. So far, we've been alright except from 1 or 2 drivers disconnecting, but other than that, Niffo could be on for a good result here. He is fast, as he said. He's gonna be on the faster tyre later on, as long as he can create a big enough gap to have the pace later on in the race as well. That is the question. Safety cars are possible around a circuit like this. I thought one would have happened if it was going to happen. We might have to wait a little bit longer just in case. JJ looking at here. We've actually got Breezer and Gilly, which we will watch first. Actually, then we do have the two Alpha Males who might have a look at a little battle here. But Breezer got the fastest tyre. He's got a lot of pace in that car. Gilly just doesn't have the grip. You can see he's already gained a lot of time despite not even having DRS open yet. He's got the DRS open. Gonna go for the inside line. Gilly kind of keeps his car slightly to the inside, but not too much. Not enough to allow Breezer to go to the inside. Makes an easy move. Will Benjamin and JJ switch positions? Yes, they will. And that is now Benjamin slotting into P9 and JJ looking for a P8. Maybe they can start to move their way up the order. Tommy Gunn also looking for a move on Gilly on those old tyres. I'm not really sure what Gilly's plan is here.
It may be trying to extend those soft tyres until the hard tyre pit window, which would be around about lap 13, 14 for that soft runner. But, I mean, it's just not the viable strategy. Yeah, you can make up a few places at start, which he has. Fair play to him. But now he's just really fallen off the pace. He's around like a second and a half slower a lap compared to guys on hard and medium tyres. So it's not worked out too well for him, although he is just about keeping within range of Breezer. Actually, no, he doesn't get DRS, so maybe this wasn't the right strategy after all. And now Tommy will be putting him under severe pressure as he doesn't have DRS on Breezer Gilly at the moment. So, well, let's look at this. Coming out the final corner, the grip difference? Yeah, he's rapid. Neville sets the fastest lap again, proving that the hard tyres are rapid. He's coming into the pits now, Gilly in, presumably for hard tyres.
Oh, snaking on the brakes. I haven't seen that before, really. Absolutely locking up the rears just about gets it stopped. And here we go. What side are you going to go for? Should be pretty standard. Hards, as you say. The white colour matching the Haas, of course. And lovely stuff. Gonna make his way onto the track. Whereabouts? It's gonna be a P11 slam dunk. No questions about it. Gonna have to warm up those tyres. These guys are back in this race. Doesn't look like it. Unfortunately, I think that's them done.
Nope, he's just back.
No, okay, they are back in. Let's see if they can stay in. If they can't, then they're just going to have to probably call it a day for this one, unfortunately, if the game is just a little bit too unstable. We do see Ben is close to his teammate. Did he get DRS on this lap or not? Just about got that. I don't know if these guys are going to be battling or if they're just going to try and progress up the order. Both the Alpha Males, of course. Both teammates. Looks like Ben might have just about lost DRS. Yes, he has. So JJ is ahead. He's got a bit of pace on that car. Watch the gap between himself and Tommy Gunn. 4.3 seconds. Geisler's spun again, unfortunately, and they're no safety car. They're just going to get back on the circuit and back into the race, which is a interesting situation to be in. I do want to look at something in a minute. We got Nifo catching up to the cars ahead, slowly but surely. Had a big gap to the rest of the field, and he's brought that down significantly. Breezer's got a 5.7 second gap, so we'll see how that changes according to the rest of the field. Another mistake for Geisler. And Nifo just needs probably another lap, one more lap to get DRS of the cars ahead and then start thinking about making moves. But does he have enough ERS to actually make overtakes compared to the guys that are just kind of not relaxing, but not having really much pressure at this stage?
I just wanted to point out something. Nifo's dropped that gap from 4.5 seconds to 1.6. So he's gained about 3 seconds within the last 4 or 5 laps. So those hard tyres are really starting to come into fruition now. As you can see visibly on board from Cohen's point of view, the tyres look shredded. They look horrible. So maybe this is the end of the medium tyre life cycle for a moment. Nifo really proven to everyone why he's a front runner in F1. He's rapid at the moment. 1.3 the gap now.
Yeah, for sure. I think at the end of this lap, or at least the start of the next lap, he'll have DRS. Surely he's going to get it here. Really difficult section on the tyres, so it shouldn't be too hard. If he has the grip, he's just missed out. But he will get it onto the start-finish straight. A little bit of a mistake. He's getting a little bit happy, I think. He's getting a bit excited, unfortunately. Gonna lose him a bit of time. He'll get DRS, I think. I think.
Yeah, he will. He's 7/10. Wait, no, he's not that round. That's the wrong person. He may get it. He's gonna have to push the DRS a bit here. I don't think he's got it. Oh well, maybe. No, he's not got it. He's gonna have to wait for the next lap. It's a bolt. Oh wait, no. Okay, Sebi stays out, and Cohen is into the pits for those hard tyres. He's gonna be quite off the pace because of the warm-up phase. But that's the same with Sebi when he comes in. He's gonna be on those cold hard tyres. So let's see what happens over the next few laps. Hard tyres on. Good stop. And now Niffles within 1 second of Sebi, so he's gonna be putting him under relentless pressure.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, did Cohen time that well? Is he going to be in clean air? He's got a bit of clean air, but if Ben is going to be on those warmer tyres, he might be a bit of a threat here. So I don't know. Was that a good idea from Cohen to pit at this time? Or is Ben going to be close? No, never mind. Makes a mistake. Going to lose that. Epic's going to have to make their way past him. And after all, Cohen will be able to warm up their tyres absolutely fine. And they are going to be in a pretty good position compared to Sebi, who is going to be still on warm tyres, slightly slower though, but they might have a bit of a battle on their hands. If Sebi can notice what we've just said, then he will probably not fight it hard. That's if Niffo does get close enough to make a move this lap. Is he going to use the ERS to try and have a go? No.
I think he realised he's coming. Yep.
Yeah, he realised, he knew it was going to happen, so there was no point really. And he's just going to take...
Oh, wait, there's an Aston Martin in the pits! Igor's in at the same time!
Oh, that's going to be slightly slower. Ah, that is not what you want to see. That's not what you want to see. His lapped teammate is now going to cost him a possible podium here. He's going to drop way, way down behind Cohen. He's going to drop behind Benjamin as well.
F1.5, ladies and gentlemen.
That is not nice at all. Unfortunately, I don't think for two teammates to be in the same pit box, I don't think we can actually do anything about that. It is what it is. I really hope soon the game will try and fix a double stack kind of pit stop kind of effect, but I don't know if it will ever happen. Anyway, Sebi down the order. We'll have to see how that plays out in a little bit. Time will tell. But Breezer, Tommy Gunn and two Ferraris just right now in P3 and 4, just slowly making their way up, really extending these mediums as far as they can. JMO's in the pits. I assume Breezer's probably going to try and match that or go slightly different and extend it. We'll see. He does go into the pit lane. Is Tommy going to follow him? No.
No, that'd be stupid. Especially after what we've just seen for Aston Martins. As he comes in. How long's the stop? Looks like a 2.2 to me. Good stop. Yeah, you really need to nail it, because coming into the pits, you got this little mini game too. You probably mentioned this in another stream, where you have to press a button on your controller all wheel at a certain time. You need to get it as close as you can to 0. And away you go.
Sorry, JMO, just making a bit of a mistake on these cold hard tyres, somehow saving the car, so very, very nicely done. He has got a bit of pressure of JJ right behind. JJ on the warm tyres, but they are worn as well. I said warm and then worn. So he's going to be... it's going to be hard, although he is on the hard tyres, no pun intended, so he's going to be not too off the pace here as compared to the cold tyres. DRS to be available. Is he going to push for a move? He's not. That's weaving for JMO.
Is that loud?
Well, if there wasn't a car behind, yes, but there was a car behind. I think he knew that there was probably not going to be an overtake, but that's really not what you want to see. Unfortunately, I think that's probably going to be noted.
Noted.
And yeah, that's not ideal. DRS will be available for JJ, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move. And I think JMO's tyres are going to be pretty much warmed up and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, JMO tyres should be around about 85 degrees now, which is around about kind of optimal length. It's a very weird line into the turn 3 section there, but I'm not going to question it. JJ, he's just looking to probably stay in the looking to stay in the DRS for the moment, as he's on warm tyres. I was about to say warmer there, but JMO tyres are also very warm at the moment. Although he is keeping with them, around about 6-7 tenths, as Benjamin nearly spun there, I think. Anyway, back with this. JJ just about staying in the DRS for the moment. 7, 8, 10. So he needs to just pull out the gap to everyone behind him and use those medium tyres later on.
I'm sorry to butt in. Interested
Sure.
to see what Tommy's going to do here because he obviously is right ahead of JMO. JMO and Breezer, of course, locked up the front row. Now, let's see what can happen. Is he going to pit or is he going to be waiting for JMO to get close? I think he is. I think he's going to try and give him a little bit of a headache. Maybe even, if not a battle, just a bit of a mental game. You know, you see that red Ferrari, it's very distracting. Can sometimes stain your eyes because it's so bright. But we'll see how it goes. I think they're going to try their best to stay out and wait. Breezer, however, is in a bit of... I'd say traffic is the wrong word. I think has Robbo, have they pitted?
I can check for you.
They're on the same
No,
tyre,
he hasn't.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, interesting. I haven't seen the gap, so I don't know if they've just caught up or not, but they do have a car ahead. I don't think traffic's the right word. I think a driver in another position, another strategy would be the better word, in P7. So that is obviously Breezer didn't actually have a car in between him before he pitted, except for Nifo close by, but he is going to possibly be slowed down by this, maybe a little bit. I don't quite know. DRS will be available for the Ferrari. Let's see if we can get close enough to make a move or not. I don't quite know. We'll go into the final corner. Now, DRS available. Benjamin making another mistake, unfortunately. A bit of a lag spike. DRS available as Robbo takes it to the pit lane. And Breezer is promoted. Sebi is in just up ahead of him, of course. He had some pretty big issues with the gap. So 4.3 seconds compared to like a 1.5 second gap. That's how much Sebi lost from that pit stop issue.
I've got some insight on you. You were asking earlier on whether Robbo, still had front wing damage. And he did. He was running that whole stint with front wing damage. Obviously, this game it doesn't affect the car as much, even with the update, but he was doing very well, as Benjamin's actually going to be very close by, so Robbo is going to have to defend on those cold tyres, Benjamin on the warmer hard tyres. He's going to be quicker from now. He's going to go down the inside, he's going to use the ERS. Robbo also using his ERS to try and stay ahead, and he does just for now. Robbo just cutting him off, saying, no mate, you're not getting past. And he stays in the points for now.
Yeah, I didn't... if he was going to get past, I don't think it would have been for long, of course, with the tyre difference. It's just... it will take some time to warm up, but not as much as the hard tyre. It'll take about a lap, maybe half a lap, if he's lucky. But that is Eagle Pro, I think, spinning on the exit of turn 1. That's pretty DNF, I believe, yesterday. So once again, catching them out a little bit. And that is Breezer leaving the session. Breezer leaving the session.
Leaving?
Okay. P2 qualified. Now had a pit stop. They got ahead of Robbo, of course, the pit stops as well, but that's them out of the session. They might have a chance to get back in, but I don't know what happened there. That's going to be time lost for them. They currently have a big gap between the cars around them, so they should come out in a similar position where they are now, but that is not what you want to do at all.
I just want to see if Niffle's going to come in. It's like, oh, he is. Oh, look at that. Insight. Oh, don't speed. Oh, nice sped coming into the pit lane there. And now, what's going to happen? We need to go and watch Yamo here at the moment. Yamo, sorry. He's coming onto the medium tyres just now. He's exiting the pit box. Yamo on the pit straight, using all the battery, trying to get every last bit of slipstream. But he's already on the pit exit. He's already on the pit exit on the medium tyres, coming into turn 1. They both go. Niffle is going to be ahead. He's going to be ahead. The overcuts worked, just about. And Niffle's in the lead on those fresher medium tyres. Wow.
That is brilliant stuff. That is what we want to see. Lovely stuff. But the tyres have got some time to warm up. They're probably not going to risk it into this corner. Of course, Niffle's a higher tier driver, but they can still have a good race here. And a bit of glory is nice, of course. But now, Niffle ahead still seems pretty rapid despite the cold tyres. He's holding them nicely. Fastest lap immediately taken away by Robbo, who's just put on some pretty fresh tyres. Now, DRS available here for JMO. Is he going to push for it? He isn't, but he's having a quick think, and he makes a mistake. Makes a mistake, has to go off the circuit. That's going to be that done, and I think, knowing Nitho, he's probably not going to make any mistakes with no pressure, and that's going to be that. I think Nitho has just found a golden opportunity here. And JMO, unfortunately, losing time. JJ's there. As you said JJ's pitted, right? So he's still got another pit. No, he hasn't pitted, I meant. So he's got another pit stop. You've got Cohen who's catching him. Sebi, actually... wait, no, that's the lap car of Ega Pro. Sebi is slowly catching Cohen here. Has Breezer got back in? Unfortunately not. And I don't know what's going on here.
That's the F1 game for you. Oh, no, he's back in now. As soon as you speak, Aaron.
Perfect.
They magically come back into the lobby. Oh, wow. Well, that shows those 5-6 laps when he had in clean air, he pushed as hard as he can. And not only has he got the lead, he's made Yamo have to push really hard, forcing him into mistakes. So now Niffel's leading, and he's just not going to look back now. He's going to be flying on those medium tyres for about 10 laps. Oh my days. I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, that is planned to perfection. I think he also did have a lap car or two ahead of him, so might have accidentally just got some DRS to help him. I don't quite know. But the closest battle we're looking at right now is actually the two Haas drivers. We could see Epic catch up. Not going to get DRS just yet, but it will be on the start-finish straight. Would they actually be in contention to make a move? Gilly, always been one to use pretty low downforce straight line speed setups. We'll have to see how it goes. Now he comes around the final corner. He's catching Epic. He's catching a lot. DRS available. Watch that gap. 6/10. Getting to 5/10 only just. So Gilly's pretty quick in a straight line here. Tommy Gunn actually has caught up, to Breezer. They're actually very, very close, although Breezer has managed to get back into the lobby, so they're not really... they should be able to get back up to pace, hopefully, unless their AI has absolutely spammed the throttle and burnt the tyres out, but they should be good to go for now.
Well, let's hope hopefully Breezer can get... Well, he's back in, but let's hope, for his sake at least, that he's able to do well. But he has got his teammate on the medium tyres. Remember, those medium tyres are going to be good for about 10, 11, maybe 12 laps, depending on your setup, before they start dying off. So he'll be under significant pressure. But I don't think that these guys will fight it out too much. It's just Yemo gets the fastest lap on the hard tyres. Maybe Niffle doesn't have the pace that he thought he did on those mediums. And maybe the hards are just overall a better race tyre.
Niffo did go for a fastest lap a minute ago. That probably does catch up, and they're actually going to go for a move on their teammate. So they've done it, and they'll see what they can do on this pace. Of course, they did that earlier on. They switched around, and they're going to do it again. So lovely strategy, as also Epic does go ahead of Gilly. Gilly's not going to fight it too hard. They will just let their teammate go. It's not worth causing a crash with the one person that you don't want to crash with. Unless you're Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, or Fernando Alonso. But other than that, you probably don't want to crash into each other. Curran is now almost in JJ's DRS range, so we're going to get some possible battles on our hands. But as you said, JMO, looking pretty quick. Maybe Nefo not as fast as they were looking. We'll have to see how that plays out right now. But a 2.5 second gap, it's actually quite a big gap between guys like these.
It is a big gap, but it's kind of like seesawing at the moment, because it came down to 2 seconds, now it's 2.5, so I'm not sure what's going on here. He might have had a lot of ERS with those tyres, and now he's burnt it all, so maybe that explains his fastest lap, because now he's just dropping tenths by tenths every few corners, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Lepic DNF from the session. Could this be a safety car? Where have they crashed on the back section? Yeah. Robert takes avoiding action. Is that a safety car?
That is a safety car, as we get a nice little shot from Eager Pro here. Right behind the safety car, don't hit it, because it will fling your car all the way to Belgium, as we know. Oh, and it hits it!
Oh, that's Gilly!
Gilly! No, he did hit it! Wait.
A drive-through for
Drive-through
JMO
penalty.
speeding under the safety car. The Delta once again has bugged out, and that is JMO being caught out. And unfortunately, at this stage of the race, I don't think that can actually be really dealt with. That is not ideal. We knew that it happened, and I unfortunately just assumed that other people would know it also happened as well. It's quite a common occurrence when a safety car comes out, but that is not what we want to see. That's Nifo going into the pit lane, and they're going to take a set of fresh tyres. Are they going to come out into P2? Yes, they will.
Oh my days. Wait, I've just realised, sorry to interrupt, but JG's going to get a free pit stop out of this. JG with the absolute master plan. Wow.
That is incredible. He did it yesterday
mediums.
as well, so he's going to do it again today. Gets a lovely pit stop, and he is now looking for a podium here. A lovely battle. Sebi also, they're now back nice and close to Kern as they were before. Then on the soft tyres as well. That's what we're probably gonna be running on. Now, Nifo, what tyre's he gone for? He's gone for the softs as well. JMO stays out on that hard tyre. He's got a drive through. So, really, is it worth him going for a pit stop? I don't quite know. It might have been worth it, but, yeah. No, it would have been worth it. It would have been worth it. Because he could have gone fresh tyres now and then served the drive through. But instead, they're going to have to make 2 pit stops unless they stay on this tyre. So, unfortunately for JMO, he's in a bit of a dodgy situation.
Oh, I can't wait for this restart. Everyone on the soft tyres, excluding JJ, who's went for the mediums. Maybe he feels faster on that tyre. And Yemo, obviously, on the hard tyre, but he needs to serve a driver penalty. But yeah, you said it would have been smarter to come to the pits, get new tyres on whilst he can, not lose another 20 seconds, say. And yeah, so this is looking dire for Yemo now. But I mean, it's F1, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's possible if you really go into so much detail, which you can do, that they've made themselves a hard tyre setup, a hard to medium and not a soft, and if they go onto the soft then the tyres are going to overheat. It's quite possible, as we saw. Was that a 3 second for Robbo maybe?
Yeah, for cutting the corner under a safety car, which is not really what you want to do.
Interesting time to get a penalty as such.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, unfortunately. Hopefully for them, everybody can break away a little bit so they can minimise their loss here. They still want to get some points. They were looking like they're having a nice battle until it ended. That is... Oh, no, it's not. Eager Pro and Larlock unlapping themselves. Unfortunately for those guys, I think they're going to be stuck. And they're going to be either hoping someone ahead DNS to get some points, or that's going to be it. But looking at the order, we've got Niffa, of course, a higher tier driver. Sebi will be competing in both tiers as of now. Like I said, a bit complicated, but he is still 1 point. So, in fact, Larlock will still score points here because they are an EU driver. So everybody, as a permanent driver, will score at least 1 point no matter where they finish. Right now, no safety car bugs have occurred, so it does allow Gilly and Benjamin to catch up to the order, and then we can go racing around about lap 30, a lap 30.
Yeah. Oh my, I don't know what to say. I'm just excited for this. I can't wait to see what unfolds. Everyone on soft tyres is going to be a... Well, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but a 5-lap sprint. Minus the carnage of an open lobby.
Yeah, it is. Robbo goes for another pit stop, which is an interesting strategy. Looking for a different tyre, goes for a fresher set of softs. That might not be the worst idea in the world. Not sure if it's the best idea in the world.
He's going to get jumped by Ben.
He's going to have a lot of hard work to do. It's a high risk, high reward.
What's going on here?
Him spun under the safety car.
Sorry? Yemo. Oh!
Spun under the safety car, and unfortunately, they tapped the wall. I don't know if it'd be enough for damage, as they do also, unfortunately, hinder Robbo a little bit. That is an interesting situation. We'll have to check that out, but their day goes from bad to worse right now, and Nifo all of a sudden finds himself in clean air. So
hold on a minute. Larlick's just overtaking the safety car. And, well, obviously he's a lap down, but I never knew that was integrated into the game, unless he was the leader.
So I think he was behind Nifo. What might have happened is maybe JMO spins, Nifo goes slowly, and it allowed Larlick to go through. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Does allow him to get close, but we're going to go for the restart already anyway, so he's just going to be gaining some time. JJ's going to be the one to react to Nifo here. When's it going to happen? Nifo on that soft tire, of course, so he will have an extreme advantage. No doubt he will just drive off into the distance. Very close, JJ's going to the back of him right there. Getting those tires warmed up for the final time. Waiting for that safety car to enter the pit lane. It's in the pits now. Gonna go for it anytime soon.
He's waiting. Very patiently. Oh, when's he gonna go for it?
Slowly building up the pace, and there you go. It's gone for it. Lovely, lovely stuff. And side by side with the Williams, as they're gonna have a look on the inside already on the soft tire as well. Lovely, lovely stuff. And he's gonna hope that he doesn't get hindered more. That's actually Sebi making a mistake. Sebi makes a mistake, and Benjamin's up here. Benjamin into P4, gonna go round the outside, possibly not able to do it, looking for a possible switch, but there's contact again as Robbo and Tommy Gunn makes a mistake, and that is them down the order. I don't believe what I've just seen. That's not what we want to see, and that's Breezer retiring at turn 1. At turn 1. We won't be able to see on Eager Pro's view. We won't be able to see anyway. I didn't see what happened there to Breezer. That was a weird thing to see. We go back.
I think there was contact between the two Ferraris because they went side by side. One of them gets hit, and Breezer may have got beached on the curb. I'm not too sure. But in all that, Benjamin is skyrocketed all the way up to P4. Wow. He's going to be ecstatic about that, and he's going to be putting Sebi under a lot of pressure now. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, that is lovely, lovely stuff. Robbo also pretty close to the car ahead. With that time penalty, though, they're going to have to either make the move soon or not at all. Now, they're going to have to wait for a minute, both on equal tyres, of course. Benjamin is nice and far up the order, looking for a possible podium. Well, they are on the podium for the EU drivers, of course. They're in P3 with Nifo being hurt here. Sebi, as I said, it's a little bit complicated, so he is competing for points right now. Now, Gilly, he's got a bit of pressure, actually a lot more pressure than I thought. Robbo's right there, might even go for a send if he really wants to, and he is gonna go for the move. Gilly doesn't contest it. He's like, no, I'm not having that. I'm gonna take some points. I'm gonna take some points, especially fighting somebody with a time penalty. If they're gonna be that aggressive, you might as well just sit behind and then take advantage later on. At this stage of the race, it might not be too bad of an idea. Of course, you're taking the risk of them possibly getting the penalty removed after the race. Unfortunately, the Ferrari team only having one driver left, and they're only going to be scoring currently 6 points. So that is not what we want to see for these guys, but unfortunately, it's the truth. J-Mo trying to make their way through as well.
Yeah, I've just noticed, you said Nifo was a F1 driver, right? Right, so Cohen's then leading, and Ben's on the podium still. I thought he was P4, but he's still on the podium. Robbo is going to be fighting for that podium. Maybe he could get that 3 seconds of removed.
Sebi is an EU driver as well. It's just displaying incorrectly, unfortunately. So.
Oh, right, okay.
So actually, Ben is in for a P3 here. Robbo's in for P4. It's a little bit complicated. I'm sure we'll get it sorted out soon, as soon as we possibly can. But yeah, Robbo still makes a very good position though, and we'll see what he can do. Cohen looking for their first win here. Could they get their first win? It's been a long time, and out of all tracks, they could win the home Grand Prix. Let's see what they can do.
That would be truly magnificent to win at your home Grand Prix. Oh wow. If only I could do that, eh?
Good one. All right, Gilly losing more and more time to the car ahead, of course. They still have a bit of a buffer, but they can't afford to lose too much. Robbo is catching up to Ben. He has the time penalty. I don't know if Ben will fight this. I think he'll know that he's got a podium on the cards here. Would he let Robbo go and risk the time penalty, or is he going to hold on? They're on equal tyres. Robbo is actually on a bit fresher, so this could be the advantage here. His tyres aren't going to die off as soon, and he gets a nice line compared to the other one. JJ, his teammate, makes a mistake. The JJ who was looking in such a good position is now down the order, looking for 1 point. That's actually 2 points the course with Nifo. So it's all gone horribly wrong, unfortunately. We're going to go back to these guys as Robbo is almost close enough to make a move on the Alfa Romeo. Is it going to be happening, or will Benjamin defend? I don't think there's really much choice for Robbo other than to go for the move, because he doesn't want to... Well, he wants to do his best to get ahead of Gilly on time penalties. Here we go, though. Benjamin, going to be under the pressure. Goes to the inside line at dramatic rate. Goes to the outside line. And just about there's contact between the two. And Robbo is round. Gonna lose a lot of time for that one, unfortunately. And the battle's done. I didn't quite get to see a good onboard. I'm sure we'll get to see it afterwards, though. But unfortunately, that is them now down the order, and instead of being in a guaranteed P5 position, they are now down in P7, of course. Tommy being so close with no time penalties. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really close battle, and I don't know who's up for that. I'm not going to say anything for just now. We're going to leave it to after the race. But for now, Benjamin keeps on to that P3, 1.7 ahead of Gilly. With 3 laps to go, only 2, as Colin still leads the way comfortably from Sebi, although his light's flashing and Sebi's isn't, so maybe he's got a little bit more battery, I'm not too sure. Benjamin, as you said, was third, but Gilly's catching up to him a little bit. But with so little time left, I don't think he's going to be able to make the impact that he wanted to.
Yeah, the closest battle we're looking at now is Tommy and Robbo, but right now it doesn't really make much of a difference if it matters or not. Oh, like I said, I don't know, maybe the time penalties get taken away later on, but at the moment Tommy is got a bit of DRS to help him stay close. Robbie's just got to do his best here as we are on the penultimate lap now. Looking at this right now, Cohen, he does have pace. He's holding with Nifo somewhat. Obviously Nifo is absolutely rapid. J-Mo, of course, recently pitting for the set of softs, goes for the fastest lap as well, and that'll be an extra point for him and AlphaTauri after the issues he had under the safety car. But it's not what he wanted. He's just going to have to take it, unfortunately, and that will be that. But Nifo has got a couple more corners until he starts the final lap.
Right, but now Cohen's under pressure from Sebi, so maybe Cohen doesn't have this in the bag after all. He's going to be put under a lot of pressure, his light's flashing, he's got not got much ERs at all. Coming out the last corner onto the final lap of the Grand Prix. Cohen leads the way from Sebi, coming into turn 1, who's going to get it? He's just in ahead from now, he can't do much at the moment, but he seems to be faster, he may not have as much wear, or he might not be overheating, we're not too sure. Coming into turn 2. Need to nail that nicely. Oh, we almost lost the back end there. Turn 3, when you get a nice little lodge from here, and they both do, losing the rear a little bit on exit. The gap's about 5-6 tenths, and it's going to be very close up to the line. Coming through turn 6 now. You want to keep this flat 6 gear, hesitate a little bit on the throttle. As you do so, coming through the middle sector now, this is going to be a real test.
Oh no, Nipo's round! Nipo's round! He's gonna lose it! I don't believe it! Down to P3 he goes! Bottling it on the last lap. Nifo looking for a magnificent drive today, but it's not gonna happen. After all this, Cohen could look for a win here. Sebi, can he get it done? The final sector of the race. No ERS for either driver though. It's gonna be a drag race to the end. He'll have the DRS, but I don't think it's long enough until the line. Cohen looks for the win. He comes around the final corner and he's going to win his home Grand Prix. Cohen wins the Netherlands Grand Prix. Sebi takes a P2. Niffo will hold on to a P3 after all. Benjamin takes the podium for the EU drivers, and then Gilly takes a P5, just about. So close to the Alfa Romeo there actually in the end. Robbo takes P6. Tommy misses out on time penalty range anyway. JMO will take a P8. JJ looking for the P9 here as long as he can stay ahead of Larlock. Larlock got that time penalty, however, so it should be pretty straightforward from now on. And that is the order, of course, of Igapro not scoring any points, but what an ending. Not really what we wanted to see for Niffo, but Cohen gets his first win and on track.
Wow.
What a legend.
Those last few laps were very intense. I'd say I was looking forward to it. Zandvoort, new track, but it was always throwing up some epic racing. Is Larlock gets a 5-second penalty for an unserved stop goal.
Yeah, that's just a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Shouldn't be speeding in the pit lane. And Eagle Pro waving to the fans, even though he's not from the Netherlands. Trundling his way up to the lane. I don't know what he's doing. Liking to take in the scenery. Yeah. P11. Aston Martin's best result since 2019.
All eyes on this guy though. Cohen does take a lovely win. He's done it the first time in LSI history. Well deserved. He's been in so many positions to get it, but it hasn't happened for whatever reason. Today, at his home race, he's got it. Niffo driver of the day. That is very well deserved from him. Not what he wanted, but it's still something. And looking at the rest of the grid, or the final standings, I should say, as long as it loads. Here we go. And there you go. There's Cohen. And Cohen gets the win. Sebi in P2, Niffo in P3. We've got Benjamin, Gilly, Robbo, Tommy Gunn, JMO, JJ, and Larlock finishing off the top 10. And then we've got Eager Pro finishing off the race finishers. Breezer DNFing, followed by Epic, Geisler, and then Blake earlier on, of course, on lap 1. We'll skim through the order again, just very quickly, and then go to the race director, just in case for after the race. No rhyme intended. And then we'll be back in a minute for the post-race interviews. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the LSI F1 Championship, F1.5 Championship. We're today for the post-reviews of the Netherlands Grand Prix. Don't know what I just said there. What a race we just had. Very, very nicely indeed. And this guy's very, very happy. He's just got his first ever win. Kern, it's been a while. It's finally here, and it's in the best track possible for you. How's that?
It has finally come. Boy, that was quite an exciting race, man. Like, the tire wear was so high. I had like on the mediums, on lap 14, I had like 65 tire wear, so I had to pit very early, so that made it a bit hard on the hards. But yeah, I'm so happy, man.
Yeah, no, that was great. Well done today. You deserve it. It's taken so long, but it's there.
Taking
Italy.
a while, yeah.
Next race. Do you like the track?
It's Monza or Imola?
Monza, yeah.
Oh, Monza. I'm very good at Monza, so I like that very, very much. Yeah, it's all about straight line speed, so low down for setup and go as a rocket on the straight, I guess.
Gonna
But
look
yeah,
for another win, possibly?
maybe. We will see, man.
Fair enough. Well, I can't really say much more than that other than congratulations, that was awesome. One last question, how would you describe your race in 3 words?
High tire wear.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and we move on to Nifo. Nifo, what a performance, it was looking so good. Unfortunately, on the final, you had about a sector and a half, I think, to go. It didn't look so good. You still get a podium and a very, very good performance. Are you happy with the drive up until the end?
I was. I mean, it was a good drive. I felt like I was just zooming across through the field in the first half, and I had the better strategy. So, I mean, the pace was there. I mean, the safety car did make things interesting again. But then the front runner spun, and that car got through, so that made it a bit easier. Yeah, and then at the end, I was just comfortable. I was like, I was just enjoying the view, you know. So my home Grand Prix as well. I lost concentration for 1 second, and the curb just wanted to say hi, and yeah, that was it. So,
yeah. That's sad. Unfortunately, when you do lose concentration, sometimes it does go that way. Monza, do you like the circuit more than your home Grand Prix? I already said that yesterday. We're going to ask it again now.
yeah, it's. I don't really like low downforce circuits. I know a few people in here do like them, but I would say I'm not that well at those circuits. But I don't know. We can see what we can do.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, thank you very much, and great effort today. One last question: how would you describe your race in 3 words?
Never get comfortable.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today. We move on to Benjamin. Benjamin, well done today. That is a lovely podium after all that. You've done it. How was that?
Easy. No, was it?
You're quite quiet. Sorry, I
know. I can activate the loud mode, but pre-warning to everybody's ears. Like, being one of them at the moment, they'd say, but pretty much 4 spins and then safety car and Robo took out a good chunk of the grid, so I slipped on through.
Fair enough. No comment on that. But yeah, well done. You managed to get it in the end. And Monza. Do you like that circuit more than the Netherlands with the low downforce?
I don't like any circuit at the moment. I'm too slow.
Oh, fair enough.
Going from winning races to struggling to keep P10 on the back. So, there's something going wrong down the line. So
Benjamin's not happy with a podium.
No, I'm not. Oh. I'm on the wrong step. Cohen's on mine.
Oh, that's so sad. Not happy with a podium, guys. Alright, that's a shame, Alright, one last question. How do you describe a race in 3 words?
Backwards. I only need one.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much.
Spinning.
And we'll see you next time. Well done today. Alrighty, we move on to Gilly. Gilly, you had a couple battles.
Hello,
the strategy at the start was interesting, I will admit. What was your plan?
I sacrificed qualifying just to have loads of sets of softs, and I wanted to overtake everyone, get P1 on turn 1. But didn't work. So it didn't work out too bad though, to be fair. I had a break.
Unfortunately, your internet's just cut out. Can you say that again? Okay. RTD2 is going to be back in a minute. We're going to go back to Gilly in just a minute. We'll then go to Lepic, his teammate, first. Sorry to just do that. I do apologise. We'll get to that in a minute. Lepic, unfortunately, a retirement for this race. You had pace, you were making your way through, and you had a nice couple battles with your teammate. Where do you think you could have finished? I don't think he's here. Haas is looking in a good position with their connection. We'll get back to Gilly. Gilly, you there?
Hello.
There you go. He's back. He's back. So we heard you said that you didn't end up too bad. You sacrificed your race. Your
Sacrifice
quali.
quali. Yeah, I just wanted loads of soft so I could get P1 at the start from 11th, but it didn't work. And then I rear-ended the safety car.
I didn't see you actually make contact, but I saw a Haas riding the curb right behind the safety car. So.
It was completely brake failure. No fault of my own. I promise. And lost my front wing. we ran out of brake fluid or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Then Ben at the end. I was trying to put Ben off, but it didn't work.
Oh. That is a shame, but still a good effort in the end. Monza, you love low downforce setups. Do you think you can do well there?
I'm going to run an extra high wings just for like tactical confusion.
Okay.
Just to put Nifo off. Hopefully then he crashes and I get P19.
It's worth a shot if you really want to do that, but yeah. Fair enough. Hopefully we can see you get some more points next time. Maybe see you on the podium. Yeah, for sure. That would be great to see. Well, last question. How do you describe your race in 3 words?
Very hard work. I'm sweating.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today.
Thank you.
And we move on to Lepic. I think they're here. Yes, they are. Lovely stuff. Lepic, you were looking in a pretty good position with your teammate. Unfortunately, a retirement ended it all. Can you take us through the race?
Yeah, started off spinning lap 2 or something. Got an 18-second delta on the VSC.
Brilliant.
Then I spun twice. But then I caught up quite well, but then I just bottled it. Got the wrong line and went onto the curb and bottomed out.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
Yeah, wasn't the best.
Yeah, not the way you want to start your first race of the season. Monza, you can get yourself stuck on a curb. Do you prefer the circuit? Do you like it more than the Netherlands?
I've driven quite a lot of Monza, but I don't like the low downforce tracks a lot. So that's Gilly's track.
Okay, fair enough. Well, hopefully we can see some points be scored next time. But yeah, thank you very much for the effort today. One last question: how do you describe your race in 3 words?
Really fucking bad.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today.
Yeah, thanks.
And we move on to the final interview. Blake, it ended pretty soon. Obviously, we saw you start at the back of quali, and then it didn't look much better for the race. Of course, you said you have some issues. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, so started quali because that's where it really happened. Quali setting about high 114s, very quick, very rapid. So I had no force feedback all through quali, just trying to limp around. And so on the formation lap, I noticed there was a problem with the car. My steering wheel was no longer attached to the car. if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So I made about 5 corners before the steering wheel came completely off the car, and then yeah, that's
Oh,
about it.
that's nice. Nice to know. You said you'll get a new wheel by next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to get used to it by then and ready for the next race at Monza?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yeah,
I
you
did
like the
pretty good.
circuit more?
I did pretty good last season. I think I got P2 in EU2 or EU1, and then I won in NA.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome.
So,
Well,
so
thank you very much. It's not the way we wanted to end it, but one last question. How would you describe your race in 3 words?
about 5 corners.
Thank you very much for seeing next time. Well done today. And that's been it for the posters interviews. Thank you very much, and over to Zingy.
Yeah, thanks guys for an amazing race once again. Great to be back for season 9. We'll be back at 1 a.m. CEST, 12 BST, and 7 o'clock EDT for the NA race, which will be happening in a few hours. So come join us then. It'll be a great race, no doubt. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.